Okay, you're gathering the first round of crops from your summer garden. If you can believe it, it's already time to think about and plan for fall planting too. A succession planting method brings garden produce in stages right up until it snows. Horticulturist Sheriden Hansen is turning our attention to this gardening opportunity. It's great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So the idea of continuous produce is really appealing, especially with grocery prices.
It is. I know they're just shooting right through the roof. So making sure that we can grow something that we can add to our table in a sustainable, easy way is a great thing to do. But it means we have to be thinking about fall time right now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Sad, but we're here for it in a good way. In a good way. What are some other benefits to this succession planting?
So we're going to be, disrupting that soil. We're going to be turning the soil, utilizing the space the most, and so that's going to keep our weed pressure down. It's going to make sure that we have that produce. And a lot of times when we plant for fall, as the temperature's cool, we get vegetables that taste amazing because that cool temperature promotes sugar production in these vegetables.
So it affects the taste too?
It does. It absolutely can.
All right. What should we plant?
So lots of things that we can plant, and we're going to kind of focus on cool season crops because our temperatures feel warm now, but they're going to be dropping, so they've got to be able to withstand some of those cooler temperatures. So we have broccolis, cabbages, cauliflower, kohlrabi is something that maybe you don't think about. Onions, especially green onions, so those small kind of spring onions, lettuces, Swiss chard, any kind of greens, and of course we can do second and third rounds of a lot of our herbs in the garden for sure.
It seems like more and more women are getting into this right now,
Yes.
like growing seeds, even in an indoor type environment.
It does, and it's something that a lot of women are doing, and it's a great thing to do. They can be successful at it, and you can feel like you're really contributing to what's on that table, not just in cooking it, but in growing it too, which is a great thing.
So satisfying.
So yeah, and we can do these seeds. There's certain things that we would want to start from transplants, but we can also start from seeds. So if you are one of these people thinking about this, peas, carrots, radish, lettuce, all of these different types of things, beets are things that you can start and that are easy for you to do and have success with.
And then transfer later.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
And there's a timing to this. When
there
should we be planting?
There's definitely a timing to this. So there's a formula that we have. So you want to take and you want to look at the back of your seed packet, and it will tell you how many days for germination. It will also tell you how many days to get a mature plant. So this one tells me it's going to sprout in 12 to 18 days. I'm going to have some time to get to maturity. But I take those, I add those together, and I get a number of days, and then I also will add 2 weeks, so another 14 days to that equation. Now I need to know when my first frost day is in the fall, and along the Wasatch Front it's usually around the first weekend in October.
Okay.
So we say October 5th. So from June 22nd to October 5th I would have 105 days. So if I add up all those numbers, then I'm more than 105 days. That's not a good crop for me. If I add up those numbers and I'm less than 105 days, I know I can get those crops to maturity. It's a good time to get planting, a good time to get sowing in the garden. So I will use those dates and those timings to know when to plant and what crops to utilize.
It definitely takes some thoughtfulness.
It does.
And
you have to
planning.
think through it, and you have to do a little bit of math. It's not bad math though. So yeah, and you can definitely get those things seeded and started. There's a few things that you would need in your garden or in your arsenal to be successful with starting seeds. You need light, fluffy soil. A heat mat possibly if you're starting them inside. You definitely want your cells and your trays, a light to add extra light if you're indoors. And we can also do this in containers. So if you don't have a lot of space in your garden and you wanted to add some vegetables for fall, grab a container, put some nice light soil in it, make sure it has good drainage holes. So we look for those drainage holes, and you can grow in a number of ways, a multitude of crops to make yourself, really have that feeling of adding to that table.
And if I was following, with the October 5th first frost that you said, does that put us planting like end of June, like right now?
Yeah, so we'd be end of June, sometimes into the middle of July. It just depends on that crop and that timing and the days to maturity. So
how fun!
Get thinking about it.
Where can we get more information on this and other topics?
So we have a lot of questions about drought coming in right now. So if you go to our drought website, garden.usu.edu, we've got information on growing vegetables in drought, things that you can do there. You can also go to garden.usu.edu for information on any kind of vegetable.
Okay, thanks for cluing us in, keeping us on track.